guys, God bless you. I wanted to encourage you for a few minutes from the Bible from 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9 and 10, which read, "But as it is written, eye has not seen nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him." Verse 10 says, "But God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit, for the Spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of God." Now, there is just so much in those verses, but I want to pull out a couple of things that really stuck out that I know will encourage someone today. Some of you are in a place of compromise. You're in a place of desiring consistency, but the spirit of compromise keeps coming upon you. It keeps distracting you from whatever you're concentrating on doing, or it could be that you're into a project or you're into a new chapter of life, and there's this air of compromise that keeps lingering, saying that you can't do this unless you do that, or you can't achieve that unless you do this, or you can't have that. There's an air of compromise, and so we sacrifice a very crucial part of ourselves in order to obtain something that may or may not be the entire will of God for us. But because we give in to compromise, we will never know. And here is what I want to say. A lot of us feel that we should settle. And this could be in any aspect of life or work or personal relationships, but we feel we should settle because we think that if we settle, we are safe. But the air of compromise does not offer safety. The air of compromise actually offers the opposite. It comes with its own hazards, its own stipulations, its own manipulations, its own issues. And so I want to encourage anyone that is going through that feeling of compromise, that they're not going to obtain or attain what God has for them unless they compromise. Now, this really encouraged me because it says that as it is written, there are things that God has prepared for you that are untouchable because they are already written. They are already made and prepared for you. They cannot be rewritten. They cannot be changed. They are substantiated from the heart of God himself. The verse says, the deep things of God, the things that are of God, good things, eternal things, precious, valuable, priceless things, God has prepared for you, for those that love him. But they are things that you cannot conceive. And because you cannot conceive it, you will compromise to attain it. Because your mind hasn't conceived the idea or the thought of what God could possibly have in store for you, you compromise. I want to encourage you today, just because your eye hasn't seen it, or your ear hasn't heard it, or that desire or that picture in your mind hasn't entered into your heart, does not mean that God has not got it prepared for you. In fact, the greatest, most beautiful things that I think we can never even conceive with our own imagination, they exist in the heart of God. And the Bible says that God has revealed them to us by his Spirit. So today, if you are in a moment where you're feeling like, I need to compromise in order to get this, go to God. Go to God about this before you do that decision. Go to God about the things that haven't even entered into your heart about what he might have in store for you. Because I'm telling you, these are senses. These are things where we tend to intake information. If we see something, we take in information. If we hear something, we're taking in information. And even if we believe something in our heart, it is information. And God is saying, but you haven't received what I have. You haven't even thought about it. It hasn't even entered your heart, what I have for you. So today, instead of compromising, go to the throne of God, get into your prayer closet and challenge the very essence of what you are thinking about, what you are envisioning, what you think is of God for your life. Because I'm telling you, the Bible says that it is written that there are things God has prepared for you that you haven't even conceived yet. So today I encourage you, go to God and don't compromise what you haven't conceived. God bless you. Bye for now.